And we're back. Hey, what's up? We're Dust Ice Baby. We've got this crazy little thing called D&D. And we're back. It's crazy, man. And we're back again with another session. Just a bit of a pre-warning. It's a pretty dark setting, so there's some fairly adult topics or themes that might come up. Don't mean to offend, but viewers' discretion is advised. So, with that, let's see what are we up to. Should we do another quick round, just for anyone who's new to joining us or you haven't seen us in a while? I'll just go around the table. If you just introduce your name and your character real quick.
Hi, I'm Mike. My character's Faye, Elvish Barbarian.
Hi, I'm Maddie. I play Lethe. She is a Goliath druid.
Hi, I'm Nadia. I play Yin, half-elf warlock, and Betty.
My name is Michael, and I play Quintus, half-elf sorcerer and wizard, and general scholar.
I'm Connor, and I play Kaitan, the totally normal human warforged child who is a paladin.
It's not normal right now.
Yeah.
My name's Shane, and I play Skifflebarn, aka Skiff, a tiefling arcane trickster rogue, in case you hadn't figured that out.
Nice. So there was quite a bit going on last session. So we had some fun games at a fair. There was some tower climbs. There was some archery competitions. There was some heart-to-hearts, and then there was
Very drunk conversation.
yeah. And then there was a journey to the west, heading towards an abbey. An abbey that's located within a community called Kresk. Which the party has been trying to get to for a little bit, and they have now set their sights out there. Unfortunately, some stuff happened. Shane, I'll let you kick it away with a recap if you want.
Yeah. All right. Well, before we left town, we did a bit of shopping, of course. I went back to see the Fletcher lady, and she told me about some special heads I can use for my unbreakable arrows. And then what else? We found the local shopkeeper who was a douche and had no idea what he was selling. Apparently, after a few tests and a bit of cheekiness, we managed to pick up some superior health potions for next to nothing. It was almost a steal, but not quite that good. What else did we do in town? Not much. Anything else we did in town before that? How's that? No, we went to leave by the gate. We got permission this time, much to the disgust of guards. So I think I was a bit cheeky too again. But
Surprise, surprise.
dude. After Jonathan, Jonathan's going to get it. Before we leave Barovia, Jonathan is going to get it.
He's a real big man.
Mark my words. No, just if we go back to that town, I might just disappear at night.
Oh, straight up better, man. Well, Faye and I are going to go and TP that dude's house, so,
Yeah, that's true.
We have to go back
What's
anyway.
a bit of TP murder between friends?
Yeah.
exactly.
Turn a TP to a what's the MDK?
Crimes.
If
Playing
anyone
a game called Going Around.
deserves it, he deserves it. He totally deserves it. So, and cleaning him out would be. That might be a better way to do it. Yeah. We'll talk on this. So off we went, without getting in a fight with the guards and without offending them too much. Again, we left town and headed out and ran into one of our old friends that we thought we'd killed. So he wasn't really our friend.
They attempted to obliterate us
Yeah, again.
and came very close to doing so.
Oh, not really. You're a little bit close, but you weren't that close.
It's good for you.
Lethe
Explosions are
wasn't.
good for you.
Lethe was hiding.
Build up an immune system.
I got paralyzed. was fine. We did all right. So yeah, we've killed him again, policeman, and also had these strange other creatures, exploding toad. They all exploded. I don't get what it is with animal-human hybrid creatures in Barovia that they fucking explode. Like, what? Yeah. It's okay though. Everything is fine. It's all perfectly normal.
A different kind of perfect. Yeah.
Skiff's doing great, guys. It's just rocking back and forth by the campfire.
Fine, everything is
fine. Yeah. We have an undead two-headed dog for a pet. Everything's fine. It's perfectly normal.
Hey.
I mean, we did, as we discussed in the group chat, it's probably normal for Faye.
It is,
Hasn't seen a different dog.
I'm
right.
assuming that's all dogs.
Yeah.
Lethe does not give a shit. Doggy friend!
Yeah. So yeah, it was a good battle. Did we raid their corpses? Like, I don't know. Oh no, their corpses blew up.
The
Yeah,
corpses
that's right.
exploded.
Which piece did you loot?
Yeah, I was about to say. Well, if you want to raid them, you can scrape bits of whatever's left off of.
Anyone needs some
Lethe-
spell casting
Lethe
components?
did a bit of hallucinating.
There's a bit of everything
right.
here.
That's right.
Lethe tripped balls and it scared the shit out of her.
Bone shards?
Sick.
Bone shards, anyone?
If only there was an in-depth crafting system that recorded bone shards and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was about it. We were like, sweet. Let's get on after we annihilated these guys again and had a short rest and
Did we go for a mish to find somewhere to sleep or to rest? We did.
I think we found somewhere. I
We
think
found
because
somewhere.
yeah, I
Away.
found stuff.
That's
I
right,
found stuff.
yeah.
The death.
Correct.
We moved
Okay.
away from the death.
Yeah.
we didn't camp in the explosion.
No, that's right.
Not amongst the giblets. Although I'm sure one of those creatures would have been edible.
No.
We'll never know.
No.
Eat first.
Well,
attack later.
Technically speaking, everything's edible.
It's just how much
Some
do
of
you want
them
to
you
regret?
can only eat them once.
Once, yeah, that's right. That's right. But yeah, so you did find a place to rest. Skipperbomb was able to find an area that he thought was well enough out of the way of danger, exploding human hybrid type dangerous things. So you're able to find a spot, and you've taken some time to rest.
It's like Sweet Tooth, but supersized.
Yeah. So, is there anything you would like to do before continuing to the west?
Does anybody need healing before we continue moving on?
I think Fang was pretty much all
I
right.
could use some, but don't worry about it. I'll be fine. Save it when we really need it.
I might have a quick scout around and make
Ian
something
is limping
something to
around.
eat for everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
And I will.
Well, you probably have rations on you, so.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
going
I
to.
like getting fresh food.
Okay.
So I might as well. I like using the nature.
Okay.
Are we anywhere nearby, like a river?
Where you are
Or like a
currently,
pond?
no, there aren't any natural rivers or pond or bodies of water nearby. So.
Would I be able to try and rack the memories to see if there's anything about the beast folk in general?
Yes. Yes. I mean, it's coming to you in pieces. Let me send you something direct.
Please. Because that line's making the shit.
so as we're moving, Lethe just reaches out and pats you on the shoulder, and you get 12 HP back.
Thank you.
Oh, nice.
Thank you very much. Yin stops limping.
Taking it like a champ.
Still not great, but I feel better.
Better than it was.
Are we on foot or do we have a cart?
We don't
You're
have
on-
Do we
that,
have
we're
a
on
car?
foot.
Who do you think we are?
You crashed the cart once.
You were driving.
Second driving.
You were driving and you crashed the car.
You can see pieces of it. It was on the last
Oh,
battle.
did I
Yeah,
genuinely crash it?
the last battle, man, there was a lot of crashed wagons. Yeah. Actually made for quite good hiding places.
10 out of 10.
So what are you looking for when you're looking for food?
I'm just looking for just enough food for everyone, like fruits and berries and stuff like that.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
Like I do.
Yep. Roll us a survival check. Is anyone else? Are you taking anyone else with you, or is it just you?
Well, I've kind of got like
I'll send Escobar with you.
skills in my background,
Mhm.
that sort of thing, to be able to do it. So,
So yeah, you can make a survival check.
at advantage or
Well, it depends on who's with you.
I don't know. Well,
Assisting.
I would
Lethiel-
assist by
Lethiel
just read
will
it.
come.
Read in the-
Preferably someone who has
If
proficiency
it's a feature,
in
read in the
survival.
feature.
yeah, the fidget is
Shane, Lethiel will come.
okay.
I've
Sweet.
got +8 to survival, so
Okay.
Oh yeah, well you
Proficiency,
you
you
might as well roll.
yeah,
Yep. Cool.
I've got proficiency in
Then
it.
yes,
so
you can
yeah.
roll with advantage. Yep.
Do you want to roll or do you want me to?
No, you can roll. You got way more in survival than I do.
Okay.
For some reason, I feel like my
Wow, that's not
stats
fucking
have
bad.
changed really wrong, but that's okay.
Oh, do you get advantage?
I forgot about that.
26
26.
for survival.
Yeah. So you, as you're going through and you're looking for like berries, and you can be picky because this seems to be fairly well populated with like lots of different berries and different fruits and things like that. So you're able to sort of identify some of the more like caloric dense foods. Much more practical. Not quite as sweet as the berries that most people grab. But if you're looking for like stodge, like
Here's a whole
really
potato.
good, like you know what I mean? Like this is about as good as
Stodgy
it gets.
fruit,
Yeah,
yeah.
stodgy
Yum.
fruit. Yeah.
Just
so-
eat an entire raw potato.
Yeah, that's right. I found these delicious berries in the ground.
Catch.
Yeah. So yeah, you're able to put together like quite a feast, and amongst that, you're able to find some nuts as well too, and make like a pretty decent trail mix. So you've got some sweeter, nicer tasting stuff in there, as well as the more practical stodge that's going to keep everyone going for a while. So.
Easy.
Do you still want more healing?
She
That's
definitely needs it.
fine.
No,
Cool.
she definitely needs
Take
it.
an extra 10.
Oh God, thank you so much.
You're just awfully quiet about it.
Ian, like, is a practical healer and she really hates that she can't heal herself right now. Thank you very much. Yeah, practically.
This has changed. So much better.
Get it, so like that. Okay, we're good. Thank
Love
you.
Yeah, I forgot my lay on hands goes up on level up as well.
Oh,
real?
Hey.
sick.
25 hit points now.
Did you get prestidigitation?
I didn't find anything on
Finally.
By the way, we're all sparkling clean. You just haven't noticed anything.
I would have avoided you.
Yay. Put it back.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
I rolled in that one deliberately.
Hey, your hair is white.
Yeah. What did you do, wizard? I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. Put it back. So yeah, so Leafy and Skiff come back with a bounty of fruits and nuts to share with everyone. Sorry.
No, I just said yum.
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 Ian's starving.
These nuts.
These nuts. What nuts are these? Are there actually D's nuts? Yes. Is there anything
From the D's plant.
from the D's plants?
It's a vine.
Leafy's doing her utmost to convince everybody that the nuts she's carrying are from the D's plants.
D's
D's
plants.
So every time you ask her, and like she's got a giant bag of nuts.
Yeah. What? D's nuts?
Sorry, what? These nuts?
They're from the D's plant. They're really good for you. Here you go.
And this is a gaudy herb.
Gaudy.
Is there anything you'd like to discuss or try or anything before you
I'd like to ask
officially head out?
Quintus. Can I have some paper and a pen, please?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oh yeah, I don't know if we mentioned, but you and Quintus had your first enchantment lesson.
You told me
Really?
about
Yeah, you got bored really quickly.
That's on brand. Yep.
It was it basically consisted of the two of you standing over. What were you trying to enchant?
his sword.
His sword, yeah.
Oh, sick.
Just standing over his sword and just doing this at it for like a long time and nothing happening. So
I'm basically trying
like
to
an hour.
teach you the light cantrip, and you're not interested.
Sick. Yeah, that's boring. Just cast it on there for me.
But you, no. Here's a pen
Do
and
it, wizard.
paper.
Thank you.
Do it yourself. bro.
Thank you.
I want that quill back. They're hard to come by here. Everything's weird here.
He's already dropped it in some mud.
That's the only one I'm giving you.
why can you clean it?
Prestidigitation. God damn it, John.
I'll just try and draw some trees and things.
Okay, to a wee little landscape of.
Yeah. It's not that great.
How's the mist situation? Has it cleared up a bit since we're on our short rest?
Can we get who's checking?
Lethe will has
Yep.
just as she's walking around. It's just
And then
a
I'm gonna
perception
send
check.
Escobar.
Just a perception check.
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay.
No, hang on,
9.
not 12, 20.
20. Damn, that's
Yeah.
nice.
And I'm gonna send Escobar to just kind of see if he can peek anything
Plus
around
eight
to see
was-
what it's looking like. Like if it's just as thick or just as thin.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So perception check from Escobar.
Ooh. That is
For the advantage.
20 total for Escobar.
20 total. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Escobar's taken a look around. It seems like the
What did I?
the fog is starting to recede, heading out west. And as you're walking around as well too, sort of taking Escobar's lead. So Escobar's doing a bit of a sweep and you're kind of checking on the ground around those areas as well. Yeah, you do confirm the same thing. Fog is moving and it definitely seems to be more of your run-of-the-mill fog. It's just water and air, from what you gathered. So. But the way is a bit clearer. It's still it's still a bit obscured, sort of further out west, up to where Escobar flies. Anyway, it seems to be rolling back. So.
I'll let everyone know.
But it's pretty hard to see more than, like, as you're heading towards the direction of the fog, like, visibility is not great. Yeah, it's not going to impede your travel too much, but you're just not going to be able to see things in the far distance and stuff like that. So.
We should travel carefully. It's only going to get more dangerous from here, I imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Even the men hired to escort the carriage to the abbey, so they had to deal with a few things on the road.
Be prepared.
Did they mention what they had to deal with?
I
I can't remember.
I'm on the mental list. Let's real quick. What did they say?
They mentioned what? Skiff had a conversation with one of the hunters, whose name is
Fedor? Or Fendor?
Zoldar.
Zolda. I was so wrong on that. Zoldar. Yeah.
Nice standard Yorkshire name, Zoldar.
Yeah. He didn't really say.
No, that's right. My name's Zoldar.
I can't personally. I can't recall him really saying anything about what this route was.
So he was saying that when they went to the abbey, so
Oh yeah, they couldn't get in.
Zoldar was in the shop, the Fletcher's shop. Skiff was there, and Zoldar mentioned that It was very strange. It was the politest mugging he's ever been a part of, because they went to go drop off the cart, and at crossbow point,
Gotcha.
they were told to get out of the cart and step to the side, and they were told to wait, and a group of people came out to inspect it, all while having crossbows trained on them, and the entire time they were just completely apologetic. But they looked pretty spooked about something, and he didn't know what.
Gotcha.
They know what we were sending.
No, I imagine that the priest did know what was arriving. I'd be nervous.
Yeah. It's not fun.
Okay. Shall we press on?
Continue.
Sure. So let's see. You left Barovia. What would it? Not Barovia. Sorry, you left Barovia. Yes.
Fine.
Nice one.
Adventure
It's canon. It's canon. You left Vallaki sometime around 9 or 10-ish. I think everyone was going to convince me that you got up at dawn. I don't think it's realistic, considering the
Nathan
state
was
of
too
some of you. Yeah, so
Considering we went shopping.
you probably left about 10. It's probably getting towards sort of mid-afternoon by the time you set off.
And then we had the fight.
Yeah.
We had the fight and then we had to take a short rest. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
mid-afternoon when we left.
No, it's about
Oh,
mid-afternoon.
mid-afternoon.
I was
now.
really
Okay.
cool.
Yeah, yeah. So you've probably got about 3 more hours of sunlight,
Right.
maybe.
Okay.
So as you,
Maybe sunset.
yeah.
I hope we don't get another fight, otherwise we might be still camping near dead bodies again.
Yeah. Imagine that. That would be crazy, right? Anyway, so you make your way out of the cover, and so you're able to find a place sort of just off the road. Actually, do we have the map? Bring up the map. From Disgilda.
Wait a minute.
And we'll go into resources.
I'm just going to look
Wrong
at your
chat.
Pictures.
Here's our map. The map of
Barovia.
Barovia.
Oh.
And in fact, what I'll do is I'll open that up in another tab and I'll swish it over here.
There?
Okay.
Didn't do anything.
Where's the Abbey?
Open region.
So there we go. Cross the bridge.
Yeah, Abby's there.
Away we go.
Chris.
Yeah.
And you're probably around there. So you've probably
Oh,
got
we came to that fork when we went past that fork. Eh?
yeah, that's right. That's right. So you're probably so the fork. There's 2 forks. There's 1, 2, 3 forks before you get to Kresk.
So whereabouts are we?
Yeah,
Are we
should
across
start
the bridge?
first.
You're definitely not that bridge. No, you haven't quite
Oh,
got
we
past that
crossed
bridge
that
yet.
bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're so you're probably there's the crossroads, and you're maybe 3/4 of the way in between that and the second
Oh,
junction, just under that large body of water.
Kind of like where that offset
Yeah,
path
so we're
to
about there.
Lake Barovia.
Yeah, so you've got Lake Zarovich, and underneath that is Vallaki, and then there's the bridge. So there's 4 junctions actually. There's the first junction just after the bridge. There's another one sort of around the corner, southwest of the forest. And so you guys are about 3/4 between that one and the next one, which is underneath that.
Sweet.
Okay.
So we've still got a second bridge to go.
Yeah, correct. So yeah, as
You know
you're
what happens on bridges?
yeah, that's right.
But it's going to be
Trolls.
trolls.
Yeah. Clip, flop, clip, flop. So yeah, as you make your way back out from your hiding spot, afternoon and the atmosphere seems fairly light. Let me get rid of that.
Fairly what?
The atmosphere seems fairly light. There's still a bit of mist, but in the mist you can see sort of sun rays penetrating through it, and birds are chirping, birds are calling out. It seems quite serene. It's a welcome respite from the hustle and bustle of what you've been through in the last few days.
Lethe's really enjoying this.
Yep.
There's
Skiff
no
too.
people.
That is nice.
It's too bright.
Turn it down.
Want to go home? My legs, my feet hurt. Someone carry me.
Oh my god. Ina's rolling her eyes at Keita.
You know what?
So hard.
Into my ears.
Your legs carry you.
I don't want to walk though.
You're
Why
not
did you
walking,
get
your
so
legs are
lazy?
carrying you.
You should buy a cart or a pony.
You can save up your pocket money and buy us one.
Actually, yeah. What was my cut of the winnings?
Here's one more silver.
You didn't get any.
You didn't
get
get any.
any.
You got away to skip.
I got
Yeah,
a cut.
no,
I got a cut.
Oh,
'cause
that's
I
right, you
helped.
got a
Only
cut.
those who partook in helping got a
I
cut.
did some really sexy dances and got a cut.
I put a lot of money into that.
No, you.
Oh no! You did.
got winning.
No, you did.
You got
No,
winning.
yeah. So you got a the return was it 5-1?
Yeah, why did I not
Yeah.
bet on me? Why did no one else bet on me?
So
I don't know how money works.
I
We were
got
too busy
50
organising.
gold from that.
Lethe
Yeah, that's
was
right.
too busy
Holy
getting
shit.
drunk. Way
someone
too
gave
busy
me money
getting
and
drunk.
We asked. I mean, we did not think that through.
I guess I'll be the one giving out pocket money.
No, you haven't earned pocket money today.
Have you cleaned my quill yet, Quintus?
Oh my god.
Give me that fucking I'm gonna charge you rent. Lease this. God damn. It's a little bit of
Charge a
money.
babysitting fee.
Yes.
So, as you're making your way across, you come up to past the next junction, and then there is a bridge which goes across. Looks to be another lake. As you approach the bridge, is there anything you'd like to do?
Can I roll for perception?
Definitely
Yes.
gonna make. Yeah.
Cool.
no,
You
Nice.
certainly
tomorrow.
can. Yep.
Cool.
It's like
Um,
flying the shit around.
I've
Oh,
got.
two people. Good. Oh, actually, no, perception's different. Yeah, you guys can roll. Yeah.
Okay.
Both wrong.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's not amazing.
I'm going to be
16?
eating a cupcake. so
23.
So 16 for Escobar.
16.
Am I rolling with advantage?
No.
Because I've got doodad, that thing there.
Magic eyes.
Uh,
Binoculars.
No, my brain is just goodbye.
Binoculars.
So sorry.
Get my binoculars out.
Yeah. 16.
16.
16.
18.
20.
Oh.
But
Damn
I'm
it.
not looking for
23.
anything. I'm looking for like fish in the water.
Okay.
Just want to see what's
Oh.
cool in the river.
What kind of fish
Okay.
is it?
Yeah.
So we'll go with the others. I mean, Escobar's looking out. Escobar doesn't see anything. How high is Escobar?
Not that high. He's like 60 feet up. He's just trying to keep
Okay.
it. He's like flying almost like between trees. Just
Okay.
like keeping a perimeter around us.
Yeah. Escobar doesn't spot anything.
So he's about as high as Skip.
Yeah, probably like. I don't know.
Hanging out with me.
Fucking around with you a little bit, to be honest.
Bird strike.
So yeah, it doesn't really.
I'll just be like throwing sticks down at you.
Yeah.
Fuck out.
Doesn't really see anything of note. Nothing alarming, certainly. Likewise, you're looking out for anything dangerous or noteworthy. Nothing pops out. You're casting your eye over the lake, and you do spot lots of different fish swimming around.
Hmm.
How much do you know about fish?
Roll a fish check.
Not like, you know what? I will roll. 7 out of 20. So not like a not a lot.
Not a lot of fish about fish. Yeah,
Interested enough to
Yeah.
go fishing and fall into water a bunch.
yeah. I mean, you spend a bit of time sort of looking at the fish, and it's very peaceful. And you realise that it's been a long time since you went fishing.
Mm.
Something you used to do with father every now and again. Can I get you to make a history check?
Why are you sleeping?
Finn, you're keeping your nose out for stuff, and you're sniffing around. You don't smell anything. You don't smell anything dangerous, but something smells like farts.
Do I know who it was? Who dealt it?
I don't think you've had enough time to catalogue everyone's
No,
farts
no,
just
true.
yet.
Give it time.
Give it time, though. Yeah, not a secret will be left. It wasn't. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Quintus ate fish yesterday.
Sorry, what was your result?
2.
Vegan.
2. Yeah, it's not
Quintus is a vegan.
some cool looking fish.
Cool looking fish.
And then you just have this idea of it'd be nice to fish sometime. That'd be cool.
Does anyone have a fishing rod?
No.
Actually, I think I
Yeah?
know.
What?
Can I borrow your whip, please?
No,
I'll give you a gold.
I don't think you could take it out either way.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Can you
what
see it on my body right now?
Huh?
Can you see it on my body right now?
No.
No,
I thought you just had it in your pocket.
I don't have pockets.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I thought you had it in your handbag.
I don't have it. Do I have a handbag?
I don't know.
Can you see one?
How are you carrying
I'm
your
not
ship?
very observant.
Oh, you can't have the work.
Oh, okay. Alright. Does anyone have any rope?
Yes.
Yes.
I got an 18 on perception.
18 on perception.
No.
Yeah.
Because you're being a little dick about everything.
I mean, while
Like if I can't take away your money and reward you with that, then I gotta tell you straight up, just don't be a dick.
yeah. While Katan's
rope.
looking at out at the lake, you sort of make your way towards him, and you do spot what looks like a discarded fishing rod, like in the grass that wouldn't be easy to spot on your way to talking to him.
I don't tell him.
Yeah.
The relationship has gone from The Witcher and Jaskia to Diego and the kid.
Yeah. Hello, I am Stan. Watch the most recent Umbrella Academy season. It's really good.
Yeah.
Umbrella Academy Season 3 is amazing.
So searching the perimeter, there's nothing untoward. Looks pretty safe as far as you're concerned.
Fucking bridges here.
We gonna have some lunch here or keep walking? I mean, it's
Lunch is quite late.
It's nearly dinner time, buddy.
I
just
presume
gotta
it
keep
would be
going.
getting on for like 6 o'clock.
Well, it's about 3. No, by the time you're here, it's probably about 4 or 4:30 and thereabouts. So.
Okay. And
Quintus
she
kind of
kind
like
of,
sighs out of sympathy.
she
No,
just
do we
kind of,
wanna-
Lethe just looks at you and goes, dinner's in an hour. I've got enough food.
I'll be
If
alright.
If I have a struggle with making this go around, I'm sure I can find more.
Can I have some more trail mix, please?
Yeah,
You can have some of these.
Thank you.
Indeed.
Somebody be too loud.
It's a giant. It is a giant
Where
sack of just
are we? Crushed. Crushed.
cross the
Crazy.
bridge.
Crazy.
getting on for crazy.
Jeez.
I remember that when we were first speaking to Erwin, he told us about like a missing wine shipment around here.
Yep.
Do we like think it might have been back where we were fighting, or
The carts.
where all the carts were
Amongst all the
like
devastation and the dead bodies.
broken?
With your map, you know that the spot that he was talking about is a little bit south of Kresk. Probably southeast of Kresk.
Oh, this is so helpful to me. I
Yeah.
completely understand direction.
I mean, looking on the map, where would that be then?
There's no spot that's
Gotcha.
in particular, but it's like down from Kresk and a little bit to the right.
But we
Oh,
will
so
pass
somewhere
the
in that
road to
general area.
Kresk.
Okay.
Yes,
you
we
won't
know you're
pass
at the
that area on the way to Kresk, but it's,
Okay.
so it's a bit
So we'd
further
have
out
to,
of
like,
the
We
way.
Go
can
out
go
of our
on a
way.
wine
that's
hunt
right.
on our way out.
Yeah.
Oh, so like at
Yeah,
this
maybe
junction before this bridge, if we were to go south.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay.
So-
Well, we'll remember that for later.
Because I'm a child and not because I didn't
We have to go in
attend
that
the last
direction,
session.
don't
So are we
no,
gonna
it's
go
further
there
south
before
than the
Kresk?
road.
So
No, we're
No,
turning
we'll
right.
go to.
Yeah,
We'll
we
go to the
can
Abbey.
do that after the Abbey. We
Okay.
can deal with the
Then-
wine after the Abbey.
Because-
Abbey Wine Kresk.
Supposedly, we
And
could
then-
probably go there on the way to our next destination, right?
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean,
Go for. I mean, I'm sure you two would love a winery tour.
Yes.
Yeah, I would actually. That would be really nice. Yeah.
It's horrible.
As Ian says that she like ruffles your hair. Your head. Your no head.
Ding.
Yeah. It's hard. Polishes it.
Yeah, this hair.
This here?
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
he's not bald.
Yeah.
Doesn't
it's-
it?
No.
Same.
It's surprising. So there's already been one instance where Quintus poked poked his eye, thinking that it was going to be like a glass eye, and it wasn't. Very much squishy. Like, and likewise, you kind of expected it to be
They're
like some
harder
kind
than
of
I
like
feel nice
like a
here.
broom almost or something like that. But it wasn't. It's quite like luscious and soft here.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Slush.
Yeah, and his skin is very much has the same texture.
I'm taken aback by how normal you seem.
Perfectly
Now-
normal.
Yeah.
Perfectly normal.
That's the plot twist. He is actually just a human.
Okay. Are we going to wait until dawn to go up to the Abbey, or are we going to continue on our way?
That is right.
If they were defending the Abbey a lot, maybe it's not worth staying outside. If we can get
Yeah,
inside.
that's
I
true.
don't really want to be in the middle of nowhere when it's dark.
Yeah,
Why not?
probably.
Yenna's scared of the dark. She's not.
Daisy, why are you agreeing that you'd rather not be outside? And
Because she's just been attacked and had a crazy fucking hallucination.
They had things explode.
She's like shook.
So,
It's up to everyone else.
how,
If you want to camp or.
how far would we have to walk to get to the Abbey today?
Well,
Are we
so
like halfway or something?
the Abbey is inside Kresk.
Ah, gotcha.
So
So
there's
go to
Kresk.
Kresk.
A lit.
Yeah.
So Kresk is basically a community that's formed around the Abbey.
Okay.
Let's go to Kresk.
Okay.
You must be able to get into
Okay,
this.
so
Let's go to
we
Kresk.
could not make it to Kresk by today.
Yeah, you could.
Oh, okay.
Sweet. It was like half a
We've
day.
already been walking for like
Yeah, that's
most
right.
of the day.
Yeah.
Ian feels slightly bad about not telling him about the fishing rod.
I've got
That's
money.
it.
I can buy another one.
I never told you about it.
Yeah, I didn't know.
It's alright.
It's just internally,
I'll
she's
just
internal.
buy a fishing
character
rod when we
development.
get to the place.
Just get really loudly talking about like I'm gonna buy so many fishing rods when I get there.
Yeah.
Like, with my money, I'm gonna buy them,
Yeah.
purchase them, not get them for free.
And then you've got to carry them.
Ian hears that.
I can buy a pony.
Oh god.
It's because he talked about the winery and she was like, oh, that's so sweet.
As long as you're willing to clean it and walk it and look after it, you can have a pony.
I mean, I'll be riding the pony, so that's walking. Quintus can clean it.
Nope.
Oh, the pony doesn't get clean, but I
Couldn't
get
pay
clean.
me enough either.
Okay. Let me know, pony.
Yeah.
Even to use my magic, I'm not gonna like. No, fuck you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to interject
kidding, that was
here.
a bit violent, you didn't say
I
that.
don't really think you're ready for a pony. I'm sorry, K-Town. It's not ready. You know, it's a living, breathing thing. It's a bit much for you right now. I think.
I think I'm pretty close to responsible for a pony.
Yeah, but the problem is y'all get yourselves in more danger more often than not. And, you know.
Undead pony. We find undead
Yeah.
pony and then.
Hey,
fine.
no.
Yeah.
I'm on
the
Dad's
dog.
side. I'm on Father's side. Yeah.
Okay.
Dead pony, 2 heads.
Oh, double the feeding. Yeah.
The uptakes just go. Want the same stomach though. Yeah.
can you rent a pony?
Oh.
So was
Yeah.
that father, and did I hear him talk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Haven't we all heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's heard of it at this point.
Yeah.
It's still just a weird voice coming from my chest, but you know, perfectly normal.
Is renting ponies a concept in this place?
I
Well,
can ask.
I wouldn't. Probably dead within a day.
Well, renting a pony is pretty weird. Normally, you get rented horses. You want something that's, big and strong and lasts a certain amount of time. I think you're gonna have a pretty hard time trying to find yourself renting a pony.
Well, it's for him.
Horses.
Maybe we could get him an ass.
Yeah. We could buy him some ass when he gets to town. Yeah.
How do you know so much about ponies?
Well, when father grew up, he, tended to livestock quite a bit. When where we in Cayton were, actually. There was a lot of livestock, a lot of farming. Simple folk living simple lives. We were devout. It was a good time.
I'm sorry, did you say you grew up?
Well, when father grew up, I mean, I'm just a program. I didn't grow up before, but
Yes. Fascinating.
I have programs and memories, so.
What are programs?
It's too hard to explain right now.
Lethe just drops behind, tosses you an apple from her satchel, and she just goes, I don't understand either.
Sweetless.
I guess I could.
Whenever there's a conversation about stuff like that, you just say, apples. You must shout at apples every time. Just gets handed the apple.
Take the apple.
Yeah, I guess we walk.
It's been an interesting development.
Okay, so we're walking on to Crest.
Crez.
Crazy.
Do we need to
Crest.
change our terrain?
Crust.
Crest. Do we need to change the terrain?
I don't know, you're going to get in a fight with guards?
No, let's not get into a fight with guards. Skiff.
Depends what the guards do.
Yeah. If they attack me, I'm defending myself.
If they give me that look again.
No, I'm just if they attack me, I'll defend myself. And when if they're outnumbered, it should be a really good idea for them not to attack. That's all I said.
So as you continue, you make your way beyond past where you see the smaller lake. You continue along the path and you can see that the sun's starting to get a bit lower. There's still a reasonable amount of light. You've probably got another hour worth of light so far. And at that point you start to make your way to the road junction, and you can see in the distance there's road sort of veers off to the north, and it climbs a rocky escarpment ending at a gatehouse built into a 20-foot high wall of stone, reinforced with buttresses every 50 feet or so. The wall encloses a settlement on the side of a snow-dusted mountain spur, and beyond the wall you see the tops of snow-covered pines and thin white wisps of smoke.
Man, that would have been really fun to build.
The somber toll of a bell comes from a stone abbey that clings to the mountainside high above the settlement. The steady chime is inviting, a welcome change from the deathly silence, an oppressive fog to which you've become accustomed. It's hard to tell at this distance, but there seems to be a switchback road clinging to the cliffs that leads up from the walled settlement to the abbey. So you've got the settlement, the abbey, which is a bit further up in the hill, and then sort of at the foot of this hill and mountainside, you've got the settlement, which is Kresk. And about as you start to approach, about 100 feet outside the walls, you start to see there's
Bless you.
some kind of a barricade forming perimeter near the main gatehouse. And as you get a bit closer, you can see that it's certainly manned by guards. And there's carts and makeshift tents littered in the area. And as you start to get a bit closer, you can see people petitioning to be let past the barricade.
Alright, I'm gonna be challenged to go somewhere again.
Straight to the front of the line.
Right.
We're going to approach this group of people. Lethe's kind of dropping back and just looking at the mountains. And it really reminds her of where she grew up. She's just like unsure about how she feels about it, but it's pretty. But she's a bit like...
Can you make a nature check?
Yeah. Hang on. Phone's turned itself off. Yep. No. 11.
11. Yeah, it's a pretty mountain. Yeah,
Very
it's a nice looking mountain. That does remind you of mountains that remind you of home. Yeah, quite nice.
Is anybody succeeding to get into the city? If we stand here and watch for a while.
No, so you're standing and watching. You see there's so amongst the tents and the carts, there seems to be sort of like little groups of people, and you can see there's sort of several what you imagine to be the heads of these groups arguing with the guards at the front, and they're saying stuff like, look, we have my child is very sick, he needs to see the abbot, he needs a miracle, I'm begging, we need to come in. And other people are asking, it's like, well, I had a deal with the burgomaster inside town and he needs to honor it, and I don't care about this barricade or whatever it is that's going on. And each time the guards try to explain, look, I'm sorry, we're not doing this on purpose. Look, there's something that's going on. We can't have anyone in or out of Kresk right now. Yes, I know the abbot, but the abbot will get you when required. Look, this is only a precaution, but we just need everyone to calm down now. And so some of the guards are starting to get a bit agitated at this.
Who's got high charisma?
Me.
I do, but maybe we should see what's going on in the safe first.
Yeah.
Can we just wait here for a bit? Can you guys cover me? I'm gonna take a seat and I'm gonna try and work my way into Escobar and fly into the city to see what's happening.
Okay.
Like, is there panic? Is there a lot of nobody in the streets? Like, what's the situation?
So as you sort of get Escobar to start making its way over, can I get a perception check? Maybe you to make a history check with advantage.
That gives me surprisingly not much.
Yeah.
This is really bad. Oh yeah, that's a 6.
11.
11.
Nice.
11 history. As you make your way in, you can see over the walls and looking down, seems reasonably peaceful. There doesn't seem to be any signs of fire or disruption or anything like that. But you don't get very far into it before some arrows start whistling by, and you can hear the guards in the distance saying, bird overhead. No, I don't know what it is, but you know what the guard said. Nope, yeah, no one. It means birds too, idiot. And so they're
no-fly zone?
firing. Yeah, no-fly zone. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah, Escobar's gonna
Especially in a world where people can like shapeshift.
True.
So you're like, bird that can fly, and don't worry about that. Anyway, like yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh,
actually, it's a 7. I'm sorry.
7. Yeah, that's right, because the DC was pretty low anyway. You look at the walls, and you take a look at the path, and as you're walking up, you stop, and you turn around, and you look at it out that way, and then you look out in the distance where the lake was, where you were just out, and you look to the right. This is familiar. These are familiar sights to you. Although, when you turn around to look at the city, that doesn't look as familiar. It looks a bit weird. It looks quite out of place.
Okay, so I just get the sense of like this is really familiar then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is there any like old hungry-looking women around, like old babushkas?
Old babushkas. Yeah, there's definitely a few babushkas, and in fact, there's a couple of them that are petitioning with the guards.
Okay.
And shawls hunched over. And
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I just want to get back into the. Well, I need to get into the city. I have a grandson. He's so cute. He's very sick.
Yeah, I'll go up to one of them.
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, hello, young man. How are you? You look so cute. And they give you. Every single one of them takes turns pinching your
Yeah.
cheeks. Yeah.
I'm very cute. I know. We just arrived. Can you tell us like what's going on? Like why can't we go in? My feet are tired.
Well, all our feet are tired.
Yeah.
Trust me, young man. I want to get in as bad as you, but these stuck the guards and slaps them, one of them on the chest. Hey, man, look, I'm sorry. I know you're upset, but there's no need for violence, okay? Let's just all calm down and take it easy. So, can I help you, young man? What's going on?
Why can't we go in?
Well, look. something not very nice has happened in there. I can't say much, but it's not safe for people to go in or out at the moment. Okay.
Okay. Are you hungry? I mean, I'm sure you're hungry. You know, you're doing a very important job.
Yeah, I'm a little bit peckish. Yeah.
Would you like some of these nuts?
Oh, these nuts. We love these nuts. Hey. Yeah, Earl, come over here. We got. Do you want some of these nuts? Yeah. Earl puts it as these nuts. Yes, please.
I don't have enough to share with too many people.
Yeah.
But no, what's the crime thing going on in the city?
Well, I didn't say it was a crime, but
Right, it's a thing.
It's well, no, it's very. There's something going on there. I can't say much about it. It's just we don't want folk around there because it's dangerous. We want to keep people safe. So
I mean, I'm
no
just
one
saying,
comes in and out.
the babushkas trust me, and my friends, they're quite. I don't want to say persuasive, but we solve problems. We helped the city of Vallaki and Barovia.
Oh, you did? Well, damn. That's
Yeah.
Why don't you bring your friends up here? Get a good look at them.
Yeah. I'll just kind of come over.
Yeah.
No. Come here. Come on, Faye.
Okay. And I walk up.
This is the people.
Oh, can I get everyone to make performance checks? This is going to be interesting.
I'll kind of like
oh my god!
I'll also pose a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh,
22.
that was looking really good. I mean,
22?
22 Yin's got
Nice.
leave out.
11.
11. Okay.
Leafy's just
19. Damn. Okay.
14.
14. Yep.
8.
8.
I'm
They're
all performance out right now.
17.
17. Okay. So as you all sort of like squat up,
We're posing.
you've got you've got Leafy. So we'll go.
Skiff goes to do a cartwheel and falls on his head.
22.
Yeah.
So it's like this the slow walking montage, and see Yen sort of the like hip like swiveling, striding
really,
up,
really sexy.
like the hair flings back and the wind blows.
Ruffles his shirt slightly open.
Making
Like
the way
women
up.
in a razor commercial.
yeah.
And then who got the next highest? 19? 19. And sort of Faye's sort of lurking forward and Finn's there and you think and Faye just looks down and the wind blows and half a kg of dirt falls out of her hair and sort of backwards as well too, and more dirt sort of comes onto you, and you kind of do that a bit as you're walking. Who got the next highest up at 17? Quintus is he's sort of, so you're like Yen's there and you're all kind of joining on the sides, and Quinn sort of like comes into the left. Looking sort of very pressed and everything's very neat and pristine
So
and
clean.
sort of like
So
take
fresh and so
this
clean.
book that you were reading and you sort of like effortlessly do this and the pages flick and close and then you slip it into your little satchel thing and yeah, looking really cool. Right, who got the next highest?
Not
It was 14.
not
14.
showing off his magic too much, hey?
14. Oh, so we'll come back to you. Yeah, and then the next one after that was 11.
Me. Leafy,
11.
Yeah.
And so yeah, Lethe to join from the right. You sort of start to move in, and you kind of trip a bit, and you sort of like fucking. You look around, you're a bit confused as well, and you sort of have to like double step a bit to keep up, and
Kind of hops on one leg.
and Skiff, seeing what's going on, is sort of in a tries to do this vault jump over this rock.
Falls out
As he
a
sees
tree.
this going on, and runs up, goes to jump, slips like the boots stick a bit too much, and you're not expecting it. And then off to the side, you see this, and you just see Skiff sort of like hanging by one foot, like pressed hard into a rock, like Wile E. Coyote style, sort of like that. Everyone just stops and looks over to the side, and they go. The wind continues. Everyone starts moving forward, and then there's
Skiff catches up.
Kaitan sort of like the wind sort of blowing past and ruffling your hair a bit, and everyone's looking off, and they look down a bit, and finally everyone sort of joins together. So. Right, well, that's y'all definitely not from around here. I can tell that much. But what is it? Your young mascot here was saying that y'all did some stuff for Velaki.
We're very capable.
Okay.
Yes, we
Yeah.
managed to slay one of the Dursts. Cane Durst.
All right.
This
Right.
one specifically, and I point to Faye. Probably the toughest.
I take out
looking at the
Barnhouse.
group.
And so they sort of you hold on for a sec. They sort of lean in.
What are you saying?
Speak up.
Look, it's probably a good thing y'all arrived. We still can't let you in. Ain't no one going in and out of there. Trust me. Even me and.
What is happening in there that's so...
Well, I'll leave that up to the guard captain to decide whether
Fair enough.
you should be privy to that information or not. All right. Well, let me take you yonder. Follow me. And they've got where there's a bunch of tents. You can see there's a fairly large tent that's sort of just within the perimeter, or just on the outside of the perimeter, surrounded by a couple smaller tents to the side of it, and they lead you up and around. And as you step through, like this is a decent sized tent. You could probably have about 100 or so people standing in there if you needed to.
How tall
Pretty
is
close. I think it'd be
How
pretty thing, but
tall is this tent?
how tall the tent's probably around.
Tall enough to take a fireball.
The tent's probably around 25 feet or something
Okay,
like that.
so Letha
tall.
can comfortably stand in
Yeah,
it.
you can. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just not like
You've got a bit of room, yeah.
Not brushing
What's the bracings on? No.
Oh, they're about fuck you millimeters into the ground.
No, the ones in the roof.
Yeah. So yeah, as you walk in, you can see there is. Let me get his description up. You see, sitting behind a desk, a makeshift desk. There's a couple soldiers either side, sort of near the ends of the tent, and there's definitely a couple on the way in, guards. And sat right on the end, you see there seems to be a person who's they're wearing like fairly decent like breastplate and like it's quite good quality armor, not super heavy, still fairly decent nick, but like quite pristine, and they have like curly kind of short to medium length hair, brown hair, blue eyes, quite a chiseled jaw, and whereas all the guards are relatively well shaven, this one seems to sport like a little bit of stubble, like just a little beyond that 5 o'clock shadow point. And as you make your way in, another guard tells you to wait, and then goes over, bends down, speaks to the captain. Then you get a sign of approval from the captain asking you to come forward.
Sweet. Let's go.
Sure enough.
Any drinks?
There are no drinks here, unfortunately. Yeah.
you're the ones with the high charisma.
Yeah.
Letha's just like, I ain't talking to them.
Anyone in particular want to talk to him? Or are you talking as a group? Or
Probably go
Me
up
and the little
with-
guy will pull
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
Letha's going to follow, listen, but she ain't going to
Be
say
good
anything.
cop. I'll be bad cop.
Don't be bad cop.
I'll be good
There's
cop.
no bad cop.
Okay.
That's a fallacy.
Okay. Right.
I've got
hello.
pretty good
My
charisma
name's
too.
Quintus.
Quintus.
This is my associate, Kaitan. Please ignore everything he says.
Hello.
Quintus, Kaitan, it's nice to meet you.
What's your name?
My name's Dravik.
Travik.
Dravik Greymole.
Sorry, Dravik or Travic?
With a D. That's with a
Gotcha.
D. Yeah, Dravik Greymole, but most people just call me Vic. I'm
Vic.
a guard captain around here, and well, my boys told me that they picked you up not far outside, and you was looking to get in. Is that right?
Well, I think, yeah, we're looking to get in. We have some business inside up at the Abbey. We sent through a carriage that was able to, maybe the barricade wasn't up when that carriage arrived, but it delivered something to the Abbey, and we wanted to make sure that someone who was also going along with that carriage is safe.
Oh, no, the barricade's been up for about the last 8 days or so, but we are allowing goods to go in, because we still need to keep everyone supplied, but that's just people can't go in and out at the moment, so, yeah.
That was our initial business, but if there is trouble, I mean, we are here to offer assistance and help.
Well, it would be good. I assume the boys didn't say much about what was going on behind the walls at the moment. Is that right?
No, they're doing their jobs.
They said to come talk to you.
Yeah, look, well, we do have one matter at the moment, actually. It's a bit taxing, but you could look into it. I think that might help our other bigger problem as well. They seem to be connected in a way.
Well, the more information, the more we can help. So whatever you feel comfortable disclosing, we'll do what we can.
Well, like I said, barricade's been up for about the last 8 days or so. We had some people trying to push past, trying to get in for all sorts of reasons, but stop them. Most folk are, well, they're agreeable. Did have an incident recently where we had a local farmer by the name of Ned Hammer went missing a few months ago, and well, he came back about a week ago, 7 days just after we put the barricade up. Told him about the situation. He was okay with it, but then later that evening we found him trying to sneak out and climb the walls, so he was not so agreeable then, so we threw him in the back. We got a couple tents that we've set up as temporary jails, so tied him up there and just gave him some time to cool off. Well, that was the plan anyway. Till a couple days later, a couple guards found him, escaped, walking around, grabbed him, take him back to the tent. Realized Ned Hammer was still in the tent. So now we got 2 Ned Hammers. Both of them claiming they're the Ned Hammer. No way to tell them apart right now.
Okay. We can definitely deal with that. What is the general problem in the city then?
Well, problem is, issue with Ned Hammer ain't the first time I've seen this kind of thing. It's the reason why we got the whole city locked up right now, actually. And sometime just before we set up the blockade, had a guard's body turn up far outside the city in the forest. When we came back to inform everybody and let his family know so they can grieve, realized guard was still on active duty. We cornered him. Sneaky bastard managed to get away. Well, it's got everyone awful spooked. You can see why it's not really something I want a lot of people knowing about. Morning Lord knows what'll happen. People start second guessing each other.
Morning Lord. So is the guard and Ned Hammer, are these the only 2? And what's the guard's name, sorry?
The guard's name, he was actually Jonathan.
Actually, Jonathan.
Yeah. Well, Jonathan actually was his name, but yeah.
Jonathan, actually.
Yeah. Strange last name. I didn't quite get where it was from, but I don't ask too many questions, you know.
That's complicated.
Any other folks this has happened to?
Well, those are the only 2 examples so far. Kind of makes me think that it's probably pretty early in the development of things, but we don't know. We just don't know who to trust. That's why guards are awful jumpy right now. But we can't have anyone come in or out until we know we can tell who's who.
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, as much as I'd love to let y'all in there, well, I've got a family in there as well too. And I mustn't. But
Were these doppelgangers? Were they all wearing exactly the same thing, or just looked exactly the same?
well, it's a bit hard. I've never actually been able to get a hold of one to give them a proper examination. They definitely looked the same. I talked to a lot of people who were on active duty with Jonathan, actually Jonathan at the time, and I didn't notice anything at all different. But they was swear blind they were talking to the same man.
Have you spoken with both Neds at the same time? How'd they react to each other?
Well, we talked to them separately. I haven't mentioned about the whole they look like each other thing yet. Kind of wanted to see if we can get information organically out of them without pressing that button. If anyone else comes in to talk to Ned, then the secret's out, you know. And very few of the guards know about this.
Oh.
As well, I might add. It's,
Good to know.
yeah.
So, when did that happen to the guard?
Well, that was about 10 days ago.
10 days
We put up the barricade not long after, so.
And where did this happen to that guard? And where are they now? Or where is the one you... Do you have one of them, or both of them gone, or...?
Well, we took the body into what normally we bury our dead, but opted to cremate it just in case. Weren't sure what might have happened. And the other guard, don't know, well, the other guard, don't know where he went, unfortunately. Disappeared, jumped over the wall. Kind of thing that should probably kill someone normally, but couldn't find any trace of them.
Do you have a direction that they went off to?
Well, they were heading out to the south. Jumped out of a window to the south, if I remember rightly. So.
Well, that's. We're going to look into something else as well. Was out in that direction.
Oh, you mean
The winery.
the winery? Yeah. It's a good spot out there.
We have business in the south.
Do they do good winery tours?
Yeah, they do actually.
Would we?
Have I heard the shipments have been a bit disrupted lately? Not sure what's going on.
Yeah,
Who
that's.
knows with this place?
That's something that we're tasked currently into looking into. If we could say find this other guardsman to the south, maybe help them at the same time. Or if we bring him back, would you then allow us access to the city if we can find you more information?
The guards dead. They're dead.
Well, who was the one that jumped? Was it Ned that jumped the fence?
No, that was Jonathan actually too. I mean, like if he's asking if we hunt down Jonathan actually too.
Well, if you can find out what's going on, I don't want you to hunt down Jonathan actually too specifically, but if you can find out what's going on, then, well, I can let you into the city once we're sure everything's safe. So we need to know what's happening, and we need to know that it's stopped.
How safe have these lands been otherwise?
Well, he points back towards the city, which you can't see in the tent right now. It was you all saw the stone walls out there. Been there for a while now, last 200 or so years. So we've been pretty safe as safe can be, under normal circumstances.
But outside, not so much.
Well, outside's the outside. I imagine you've said you just came from Valaki.
Yeah.
Where else y'all been?
Barovia?
Barovia. You probably had a taste of bad things and get out there. We've done very well for ourselves.
Oh, we went to that lovely Durst Manor as well.
Yeah, I've heard it's not so lovely.
Oh, it's dead now.
It's not there.
Well, more power to you. That was a very mighty fine thing you did, Morning Lord. Sure, you've got a place in his kingdom for you now.
Morning Lord.
Yeah, good morning.
Do you have like a history of Kresk scroll or book that I can borrow?
Well, inside the city, yeah, we kind of only took essentials out.
Of course. Yeah.
You know, I tried arguing that having a full rundown of the history of Kresk was incredibly important to take out with us, but Council wasn't hearing any of it. I'm sorry.
I guess.
So that we can help you as much as we can, is this going after this copy of Jonathan actually, is that the best thing that we can do for?
Well, I think.
Or do you have any other leads out here? And you also mentioned, is this one of the problems that you have? Is this the bigger one or the smaller one?
No, that's the main one.
That's the main one.
Well, they're both related, but the issue is that we don't know who might be the real people or whatever the hell these things are. You know.
Are you doing anything to try and prevent it further? Like, how do you know who?
We got the abbot and his folk on the inside. They're trying to divine as much information as they can. There's pretty little footwork that we can do here. I mean, I don't know of locations that body appeared, the god. Apart from that, doing perimeter checks. I mean, a lot of our time has been trying to actually keep people in and out of the city for now. So, don't really have the manpower or the expertise to sort of look too much further into this kind of stuff, unfortunately. So,
we'll try and find him. Do what we can.
You have my gratitude. We all want to get back in that city as soon as we can. But, if you can help speed that process up, much obliged. Is there anything we can do to help?
Is there a good place to camp around for the night?
Well, it's the least we can do is find you some accommodations. We've got some extra tents and a few bits and pieces in case we needed to set up like a triage or something like that. So I can ask the men to set you up something that's pretty decent if that'll help.
That'd be amazing.
Y'all be stay in the evening.
Yeah.
Head out first thing tomorrow.
That's probably
I don't think so. I think we should.
Kind of turns to the guard and asks, "Is there anyone that you know of amongst this group of people that need medical help, or do I need to go and talk to them?"
But we don't have a lot of injured at the moment. You're talking about the followers out the front. Yeah, well, there's all sorts of bits and pieces out there. We've got some little bit of leprosy, bit of everything ranging from life-threatening diseases to they've got a mole in the wrong place and they think it's probably the work of Strahd Mazarovich. So you can help yourself to deciding who has high priority. But I think a lot of the healing that they're going to get is what do you call it? It's them seeing the Abbey in particular, regardless of how effective your methods may or may not be. They believe hard. It's a faith they came for, not necessarily the cure. So.
What in the mind?
True that.
It's probably not worth it now, but should we or can we talk to Ned Hammers?
Specifically tomorrow morning. For no reason.
For no reason whatsoever. Well, you can talk to him tonight or tomorrow. You just got to give me a bit of a heads up so I can let the guards know, and then I'll be about board. So, of course.
Tomorrow morning would be perfect. First thing.
All right.
Lethi's going to do a bit of a wander around the bushkas and the various little tent groups to look for actual medical problems.
Yep.
If anybody needs healing.
Can I also talk to the babushkas?
Yeah, sure. You want to go together?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah,
Right.
sure.
So just casually double your height.
Yeah.
Kind of.
So as you sort of move between sort of these different groups, you find there's probably about 10 to 12 or so groups of people that have brought in like sick children or their ailing loved ones or whatever. And among those groups, and the tents that you saw dotted around, a lot of them are those groups of people. And amongst that, can I get you to make a, say, 3 medicine checks?
Mm-hmm.
You want to do individual medicine checks?
Hang on, I'm just trying to see if I can give her anything. What is your medicine skill?
+8.
Oh, roll for advantage on all of them.
Yeah.
So
10
that
out of 10.
was 27.
Mm-hmm.
Then nat 20, so
Nice.
28.
Get away with one.
Then another nat 20, so another
Nice.
28.
Nice. So as you're
Dice.
as you're going along, so there's a few people. You kind of weed out the people that are their conditions are not that serious whatsoever. It's pretty frivolous actually, but you do get to one group has like a lot of the children that have come with them seem to be afflicted with some kind of a like a stomach bug or something like that, and they're not quite sure what's going on. And after you spend a bit of time talking to them, you realise that the bread that they make has ergot that they use, and the adults are used to it and they can handle it, but the children not so much. And they've already lost a couple children because of this, and so you're able to sort of talk them through that and explain to them, you know, this is what you should avoid, this is what you should be using, and but they still want to hang around because they still would like to see the abbot very much.
Yeah, well.
And then you see so another group of people, and they seem to be afflicted with like lots of sores and lesions covering their body, and it's the more you talk to them about it, I mean, you don't feel like they're infectious. You think once again it's a lifestyle thing. Something's happening. So yeah, I'm quite able to figure it out. But you sort of give them that they're not that happy with that. Like that news though. They were looking for a very much a quick fix. So they're not that happy with you as they sort of push you aside. That's sort of what you're able to come across so far. So.
All right, easy.
As we're kind of walking around, can I be asking the babushkas just about the general area, like the history of the general area?
Yep.
So like what was here prior to Kresk?
Well, it depends. How far back are we talking about, young man?
I mean, like just before the city. I like history and things. Like, are there any cool monuments or landmarks around that I can go see while we don't get let into the city?
Well, it's quite a long history with this place, actually. So, the abbey has been around for a while, but the abbey was closed some time ago, actually. So, there was a lot of infighting in the abbey, and it got pretty ugly. And then when all the nasty stuff started happening in Barovia, things got pretty cutthroat. The abbey and those that ran the abbey, it turned pretty nasty.
Jeez.
The village of Kresk was almost razed to the ground. It was that bad. And so when everything sort of died down, abbey was closed, and the decision was that they would never open it up again. And then, out of the blue, so legend has it, the abbot showed up, or someone who was the first abbot, and asked to reopen the abbey. And much to the disgust of everyone who was there, having realized what had happened before, somehow managed to talk their way into doing it. And every year since, we've had an abbot and a new abbot who would come out and perform miracles and really led the way for Kresk. And now it's become, one of the seats of the Morning Lord's Church. It's a beautiful story.
That's pretty cool.
Although we're safer than the walls, Well, usually, apart from what's happening now, she turns to the guards and gives them a relief look. Our doors are usually always open to help whoever. If they're sick or ailing, if they believe in the Morning Lord or not, doesn't matter. They can always find solace in Kresk.
That's cool. Are there any like other things around, like a nifty rock or like a old shrine? You know, that's worth going to see.
Well, all anyone ever wants to see when they come into town is the abbot. I mean, we've got a few statues around in place of some figures from back in the day. Right. Yeah, I mean, there's the original abbot. There was the founder of the original settlement of Kresk. There was Oppie. He's a folktale legend though. It's very specific to the area, but yeah.
What was that?
Oh yeah, no, Oppie.
Oppie.
Yeah, he was sort of like a. He was sort of like an alderman.
Right.
Yeah, he was. People called him Oppie, but other people called him Father. He was like a father to everyone in the village.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, but.
Do you got any more tales about that? I'll give you some trail mix.
I've had too much of these nuts today. I'm trying to watch my figure. I might be developing an allergy.
Do you have a sore hip or something?
No, not specifically. No.
Okay.
No. But yeah, I don't know that much about him. But people in the village could probably tell you a lot more than I could.
Right. So, okay.
Why do you ask? It's so nice to see a young man who's so interested in the past and history.
I really care about community and things like that, and I think I have roots from back here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Going back quite a while.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Well,
I haven't been here for a while, and just coming back, everything was just so familiar.
So what is it? What is it you're doing at the moment? Are you with who are you? Where's your parents?
Oh, I'm with the conglomeration of
At
people.
that time, Lethe steps out of a tent and she straightens up and kind of looks down at you. All right down there?
I'm with her. Yeah, we're all good. These nuts?
Lethe rifles in her satchel, pulls out another apple, gives it to the babushka.
Oh, bless you. Yeah, such sweet people that aren't related at all. But,
No.
At witnesses, people I just stick my head out of the tent, pull it back in.
Morning Lord bless you, and I hope you find what you're looking for here. She ruffles your hair and she says, I have a granddaughter that's yeah, she's single and
That's cool. Yeah.
Are you going to be staying in the village or?
No, we're not staying in the village.
Okay.
We're leaving at dawn, unfortunately.
You would make such a cute couple when you grow up, obviously. But
When we come back.
Nice save, Babushka.
What's your name, Babushka?
my name's Bab, actually.
Bab.
Bab the babushka.
She's Bab to the bone.
Where do you live in Kresk? What's the street name?
And there aren't any streets in Kresk. He's testing me.
We'll find you.
But
Come
yeah,
on now, Keita.
it's pretty small. We'll find each other later. Okay. Well,
Bye, Bab.
Well, morning bless you both.
Enjoy your apple.
And she starts to enjoy her apple. Yeah, so finished talking to the babushka. Got a potential lead on a hot date for Kaitan.
Hey, Bab.
What's everyone else doing? Well, yeah, so you've been away doing this at the tent. Did anyone else want to do anything in particular while they were waiting?
Can I go see Quintus?
Sure, yep.
So, hey Quinn.
What's up?
Would you be able to identify this for me? And I pull out my little bag of dust.
Oh, hell yeah. Long version or short version?
Up to you.
Long version.
Okay.
And then yes, I will ritual cast identify.
Cool. You are holding in your hand bag of pixie dust.
Bag of pixie dust.
Pixie dust.
Yes.
So let me
and I know what that
read the
is.
description.
Yeah. I'll get that, yeah.
What is it?
As we all
And-
frantically
What are they?
Google it.
In Quintus's voice. As an action, you can sprinkle this dust on yourself or another creature you can see within 5 feet of you. The recipient gains a flying speed of 30 feet and the ability to hover for 1 minute. If the creature is airborne when the effect ends, it falls safely to the ground, taking no damage and landing on its feet.
Is it a one?
A packet of pixie dust is enough for 1
It's one
use.
use. Okay. Save it
It's
for
a good way to
sometime
get
special.
Levy out.
By sometime
That's
special,
very
you mean
cool.
we're going to never use it.
We're gonna
No,
forget
like
about
forget
Ian will
about
use
it.
it on her own
Emergency.
without you. Like,
And going through your 3 bag of holdings, be like, oh fuck, we still got that pixie dust.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
very cool, very cool.
Yep.
Okay, I put it away.
That is handy.
Yeah, very nice, thanks.
Anything else?
Not
How are you doing? Are you still hurt?
no, I'm feeling much better.
Okay, that's
I'm
good.
feeling much better.
Good, good. Yeah, it's tough here. You grew up in a place like this?
I grew up in a place similar to this, but not in Barovia.
No? Where do you come from?
Who am I?
Where do I come
What
from?
year is it?
Sorry, I don't mean to put you on the spot if you don't even answer.
I've traveled so
I
far.
come from Barovia is a very unique place. I don't even know where we are, when we are. I mean, some of this stuff doesn't make sense.
You're telling me. I
The
have
timeline
traveled so
alone.
far the last 10 years that where I come from doesn't really matter anymore. But I grew up in a temple town. I grew up in a temple.
What do you mean where you came from doesn't matter?
I've just traveled so far from it.
Like, do you not care? Have you never really cared about ties to your past? Is that like an exception, or do you think this place has made you not care?
No. I cut ties long before I arrived in Barovia. That life is lost to me now. Yeah. But this place, kind of like the temple I grew up in. It was a small town. Temple on a hill. Nostalgic, you know. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
It was.
I was similar.
Where did you come from?
Somewhere far, far away. I can't even remember the name of the city. It's been ages since I've been back. My grandparents sent me to an abbey. Can't keep. Yeah.
Nice. I got sold to a temple.
I wasn't sold, but yeah, I didn't want to go either.
Well, temple turned out to be a lot better than home.
Same. It's, yeah. Family's weird.
Yeah, family sucks.
Family sucks.
Family sucks so hard.
That put me in a deeper, darker place than I was expecting. I'm
Yeah. also again, like
World's
Yeah.
most
also in, like, a
awkward
mood,
conversation ever.
I'm just gonna go out and
Yeah, let's talk about it some other time. It's been a
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
day. Let's unpack it when I don't feel like shit.
yeah, totally. Thanks for the pixie dust.
Yeah. Let me
That
know
was
anything
cool.
anything else.
I'll let you know. I just start walking around. Like, go
I just
outside,
kind of
I
like.
need some air.
I was pretty bright, like writing my journal, and I was just kind of like sitting there. Oh, that's right.
It's like in a very
Childhood
similar
trauma.
mood, just like
Damn.
okay. She had not thought about her family doing that to her for a really long time.
yeah.
So,
I'm
she's
just
gonna-
kind of like, damn, she too, eh? Like, half elves good at bad.
Yeah, it's a half elf.
And Skiff and Faye, is there anything in particular you'd like to be doing during this time?
It would have been, well, while he's distracted, would have been getting as much dirt as possible onto her clothes because it was horrible.
Just
being
rolling in the
smart.
mud.
Yeah, not quite that, but definitely, yeah. And also trying to keep an eye out for anything that seems to be Vistani, or anyone who seems to be Vistani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, taking a quick look at people who are gathered here, you do see the odd Vistani here and there. Seem to be in smaller groups. There's lots of different kinds of people here now that you think about it. So the various pockets. There's the babushkas, but it's like you see some you see some people that are look like they're reasonably well off. Like they don't look super poor. You also see a lot of more common people, some people who look dirt poor. You see some Vistani. You see like there seems to be a pretty diverse mix of people.
Are they all human?
They're all human, though. Yeah. So by diverse group of people, I mean all human.
Not biodiverse, just
but
elves.
Yeah. But what you notice is that the interactions with the guards and the groups tend to sort of stay away from each other. But everyone seems to be on an equal footing in terms of how they're being treated. You don't really seem to see any kind of prejudice or any favoritism or anything like that. It seems pretty odd considering sort of where you've come from recently. Everyone seems to have their own grudges or something like that. You're not really seeing a lot of evidence of that here.
Okay. I desperately see if there's anyone who knows how to talk to people around me, which I think is no one pretty much. Unless Skiff wants to.
I mean, I'll come for a walk with you, but while we're walking along, I want to keep an eye out for
for the Gruul logo.
Mm-hmm.
To see if I can spot it anywhere.
Okay, roll a perception check.
Have you mentioned that to anyone else, by the way? The Gruul stuff?
Oh, retroactively, before we head out first thing in the morning, I'm going to say my first prayer, and everyone gets 10 for HP.
Nice.
And then I'm also going to touch the boat, two of you, and we get our uptake each.
How much, sorry?
10 temp HP.
Oh, we get
Yeah,
the max
that's-
HP
that's
thing?
after-
Yeah.
It's,
after
that's
long
con-
rest.
Ah, okay, sorry.
It's after the long rest,
So
yeah.
just maintaining it,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And then I'm going to...
Sorry, you did a perception check?
Yeah, it was 11.
11. You're not really seeing anything. And from the area, there's not really a place like the area that you're in. It doesn't really seem to be a place that would probably be that appealing for setting up like a base of operation based on your time with them. It's a bit too open. There's large bodies of things that it's a bit vulnerable. Doesn't really seem like a good spot to be in, and you haven't really found a lot of places that you've travelled so far that you would think if you were looking to set up a camp or an outpost or something like that.
I'm kind of also like wanting to look on like people's clothes.
Yep. Yeah, you're not seeing anything obvious come up.
Had you told us about Gruul stuff? Or
Um,
anyone?
Gwyn knows.
Okay, Fabian, I'm sure.
He
Yeah.
has no idea either. It's all good. We can be oblivious together.
Well, see, the thing about like a secret society is that
You don't tell people.
Guys, I just went to this place called Fight Club. Joke. Joke.
I'll say it again. Fight Club. So good.
FIGHT.
you know, I'm always looking for new. We're always looking for new members and new recruits. So, you know, I could just be fucking sizing you guys up to
Fair enough. We're meant to be finding someone, a Vistani. There was Vistani mentioned in the tarot thing, the card thing.
I don't think they'll be here. Do you think?
There are people. I don't know. Beyond that, whether there are any, but I don't like talking to people at all. This is quite strenuous at the moment for me. But, yeah.
It's just funny. We're quite
group of people that don't like talking to people.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone.
I like talking to good people. Good people, good to talk to, but you know.
Like guards.
Guards talk to me.
Keep starting conversation.
I tolerate guards.
I like conversation. Damn it!
Just so you know, if you need to kill guards, I will happily help. I don't mind.
That Jonathan guy. No, since you mention it.
The guy in the alley?
Yeah. Next time we see him, he's dead. We go back if we.
Someone's killed him?
No, if he's not already.
Oh, we can. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or stealing everything he's got.
I've never stolen it. I think.
I do it if I feel like it's worthwhile, and we'll teach someone a lesson. And I feel like he needs a lesson taught to him.
Okay, I can't teach much, but I can help.
This could be something to do when we get back to town. I assume we'll probably be back there at some point.
I guess so. The outside seems not as good as I remember elsewhere, so.
It's a bit strange in this place.
Yeah, mist and shit.
Yeah. What is wood there? It's fucked up.
I don't know. I wanted to go into it, but Quincy.
I wonder how it would affect you though. Given the whole.
Which you don't know about.
I'm kind of figuring it out.
Because I'm clean? It's because I'm clean, isn't it? I'll be fine. Put my dirt on.
Just need Quinn to.
I may be quiet, but I'm not stupid.
She says nothing there.
Sometimes I fall out of trees.
Ah, yes, that was quite impressive. I found
It's quite fun, isn't it?
You might have to show me how to climb one at some point.
Yes.
I don't know why you can climb them.
So it's fun. Because I never could when I was a kid, and now I can. I always wanted to when I was a kid. So I'm like, I'm gonna have as much fun doing this as I can.
That's fair.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever climbed a tree. So.
It's very nice. You get a whole different view on the world, and it's very relaxing, kind of invigorating. I like it much more than being in cities. And people in cities.
If you teach me how to climb a tree, I will help murder a person for you.
That is a fantastic deal, my friend.
No worries. Okay.
It's pretty
Sweet.
good going, right?
yeah. I'm down
That's
with
my
that.
standard rate for any kind of trade, actually. I'll kill
Actually,
someone.
2 trees.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't want to do a sheep.
There are two different types of trees that are on. Thinking that you need different skills for different trees.
So eventually you find yourself back. There's how many are you? There's 6, right? Yeah.
Of us. 7
Yeah.
plus
Plus
Right.
Ben.
Ben.
And now
4, 5, 6, and 7. Yeah. Cool.
Father too, technically.
Yeah. I mean, bodies that need a bed. So yeah, there are, as you make your way back from doing your respective little errands, conversations, the guards show you to an area where there's 3 tents set out that sleep 2 each. So.
Okay.
Oh,
So we get a long rest.
Yep.
do you know who's going with who and which team?
Yeah.
declare
Who's bunking up with who?
I mean, I need to give Quintus some pocket money, so I'll go with him.
Okay.
And I'll
Quintus
walk
and
in.
Kate,
I'll walk in and I'll be like, "Okay,
What do you? What,
Flip a coin.
is there
Stop
something
fighting
out
over
there?
this. Flip a coin.
Fighting.
Flip a coin.
I'll go stay with Faye. It's all right.
That's fine. What are you doing?
some babushka is going to introduce me to her granddaughter. Don't tell Quinn.
Okay.
He'll try and stop.
What's a babushka?
The old ladies with the
Oh.
pigs. Yeah.
Why do I not tell Quinn?
He doesn't like fun.
Doesn't. Yeah, that.
I don't even know what fun is. I agree.
Definitely feels the opposite of fun.
but you've heard it now mentioned twice by two different people.
When
Very
fun.
short space of time.
Does that mean we're tenting together?
Yeah.
And
Ian's in a bad mood.
Is there anything you'd like to do during the time where you're taking a long rest just before? You've probably got like a few hours to kill before you need to.
Ask people if they have
2 to
fishing
3
rods.
hours of 2 or 3 hours actually. Yeah.
Lethi's just going to go and find a tree,
Actually,
sit in.
You're not gonna, I'm in the tent by myself.
I might,
Just for a couple of hours. But
I
we're
might go
bonding
and
together.
find
Actually,
a-
I won't sleep.
a target and practice shooting these unbreakable arrows.
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm going to assume they're slightly weighted differently to what I normally shoot.
They are.
Which it is pretty much.
They are. So yeah, you're readjusting your aim.
Yeah.
It does take considerably more tensile strength to fire them, and so you're readjusting for the drops of the arrows. So yeah, it's not a
drop arrow.
It's a drop arrow. So as as you spend a bit of time, you're comfortable with sort of how you need to aim them to be accurate. But yeah, the furthest you can shoot them is 80 feet. And that's including doubling the range with sharpshooter. So yeah, but you do spend a bit of time.
It's okay.
Is there anything else you were looking to practice while you were out? So there's the arrows, but there's some other stuff that
Yeah, there's
you're not that au fait with just yet.
the secret darts, but if I throw them, I'm not going to get them back. Throw them one time, aren't they?
Yeah, they're a consumable single
Yeah.
use when you use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't really practice with them. I have,
No.
look, I have a look at them, check them out.
Yep.
Can I try and find someone who'll sell me a fishing rod?
Yep, you can ask around. There's also there's the enchantment stuff if you wanted to give that another go.
I am enchanting in my tent for 3 hours. So
Yeah.
go for it.
I'll try and find a fishing rod first, then I'll go and
Okay.
talk to Quinn about that.
Yeah, you spend a bit of time asking around. There are some people that are trying to make a quick buck while they're outside, but no one that has a fishing rod specifically on them.
Is there like a peddler sort of person? Just general peddler?
Not really. It's just people who are outside and
Gotcha.
like trying to like almost garage sale the stuff that they don't want.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Any of them got anything interesting?
Not really. It's just a lot of different kind of food and bits and pieces, and some people are trying to sell like household trinkets and
Gotcha.
stuff. Quite impractical things. Like
Any of them got like some candles?
some cats.
Candles.
Candles.
Not cats.
Oh, cats.
I don't need
You don't
multiple
need
cats.
We need more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say you could definitely pick up some candles.
Okay.
There'd be at least someone, especially considering that a lot of these people are here because of the ties to the Abbey, say Markovia.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
you'd be able to find some candles. I think.
How much would you like me to pay for these
Well,
candles?
let me find out how much the going rate is, and then how
Boom-in
savagely they're going to gouge your eyes out for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Oh, I must have looked this up before.
Yeah, definitely. 'cause
So I was
Quinn
like,
would
candle
last.
D&D 5e price. That's quite specific to be the second search.
Not,
Yeah.
not overnight.
Well done,
She gets
candles.
up before dawn.
Oh, it's a copper
Oh, I
piece
assume
each.
that was the
Oh,
tree.
sweet.
So I'd say someone will probably sell
Some
them to you for
meditation
2 copper.
Mm-hmm.
2 copper.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is like-
For how many
Oh, she
candles?
goes and sits in a tree.
2 copper
Well,
per candle?
you
For a
could probably do
couple
like
of
a max of
in the
5
evening
candles, I
towards
think.
the
I'll buy
Right.
5 candles. That's
Oh,
what,
okay.
1 silver?
10.
And then she'll kind of
yeah,
toddle
yeah,
off
one
to
silver.
the tent.
Cool.
And
And then
pre-dawn
I'll go
till
find Quinn, and I'll
5 in the morning.
make
She's going to
knocking
go
sounds.
and find
Knock, knock, knock.
somewhere a little away from the little
Hello.
settlement
Hello.
to watch
What's up, buddy?
sunrise and just
I'm here wondering if you would like to
for a moment.
continue with our lesson, and also with a I'm sorry I was a dick gift.
That's a good place.
You've bought candles before. Here are some candles.
Faye is welcome to join me
Yeah.
on the sun, on the dawn
I
light.
don't have any use for them.
She's
I'm not
waiting.
going to tell them that. Stick them in my satchel in the corner of my tent.
He wouldn't know the difference between that and religious candles.
By proxy. I think he would. I think he would.
Oh no, I mean K-Tom would.
It's Armwood, yeah.
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 So,
We can probably-
you are in the mood to learn today?
Yes. Shall we put a time limit on it though, so you can get back to doing your thing, and so that we don't both get annoyed when
Yeah.
I lose track?
No problem. So what's your limit?
kind of centering, grounding.
Let's see how I'm like
process.
after a half hour.
That
Yeah,
helps.
that's good. It's better than
But
yesterday.
Lethe's
Like
really
double
practiced.
yesterday, roughly.
So this is something
Yeah.
she's done.
Yeah. Okay,
She was
so
quite
can I
young.
get you to make an Arcana check, and I'll get you to make an Insight check. Because you're trying to
So
learn
she's
and you're
like,
trying
brace yourself,
to
this might take a bit of getting used to. 'Cause
move
there's a lot
things
of
in a direction where...
digging your hands into
Resolving to 0.
Okay,
And-
that's a good start.
Starting with
enjoying
10.
That's
the
a good
feeling.
start, starting
Yeah.
with a 10.
That's
That's about right. So,
Test my patience, this boy.
so as you're
Yeah.
going through and you're really like actively trying to be on your best behavior, but literally nothing is happening. It's a similar thing where the two of you are holding your hands out over this object for a long time and supposed to be doing stuff, and you look and Quinn's kind of got his eyes closed. He's very focused on this object, and you're kind of like, and the moment you start whistling, Quinn.
Fuck off. I mean, pay attention.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and it lasts all of 15 minutes, and then
That's a good place.
and
I found our limit, buddy.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Would you like some of these nuts?
Nope.
Okay. Bye.
I'm good. I'm allergic to these nuts. Thank you for the offer. I appreciate it.
yeah. So I don't know. It's you like the concept of the enchantment lessons.
You did well. You did
But you're not really
Not getting it yet.
finding anything to latch on to at the moment. It's yeah.
So when you do so well when you don't even think about it. Like when you're hitting someone with like your sword and they just explode.
Yeah.
Like that is awesome. Like that focus right there. I admire that. Now you need to find that without all of the adrenaline and the,
Yeah, I mean, like, we did a bunch of,
you have the
stuff.
opposite problem of what a lot of people have. Like most people, they like practice in a quiet space, and then it comes to like a really loud time, it's super intense, and they just don't have the balls for it. You're the exact opposite. Like you need to grow the balls to do it in the tent, or shrink the balls. I don't know,
the balls.
but just
Definitely involves balls.
I think it'll help you like in the long run. Like you'll be better spell casting and.
Yeah, I've just never had the reason to be calm. Like, you always just moved and things. So, like, wasn't really a lot of sitting down. And
It'd be good for you. I think it would. Like usually, like I don't know, prayer helps. Meditation's a good place to start. Doesn't have to like I would practice. See, right now you're practicing spellcraft and patience at the same time, which is like a double, like a double. Like it's really fucked up. It's a lot to put on you. So maybe
do one
maybe
at a
you
time.
should start with like the patience first. With something that interests you. So like maybe I don't know. What can you do that requires quiet and patience that you want to do?
When we find the next place, we're gonna go fishing.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go fishing.
We can take Faye, because she's probably never been fishing.
Yeah, I don't know if she knows what fishing is, so that'd be cool. That'd be fun to just give it to her and see what happens.
Yeah, we could say it to Dog.
I want to do that with a lot of stuff with Faye.
We could
I
say it
think
to
I'm
Dog.
actually going to keep a whole separate journal on her reactions on objects and things in the world. Because it's like a blank slate. You don't get a blank slate very often. It's almost like you, except you do have a wider capacity of the world.
Yeah. I'm learning about economics.
Yeah, I mean, it's ahead of your age. You're doing great. I wasn't aware of that stuff until I was like 20. It's pretty messed up.
I should invest in a house.
Not here, not Barovia. I don't recommend investing in the Barovian real estate market.
It's probably a bit fucked.
I would like one hole.
But you did good on your lesson. You did good on your lesson today. Just, I would say, practice patience outside of it, and then you'll have more patience for this because you won't be, bored and learning something at the same time. That's really hard, buddy.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Fishing, I like it.
I feel like I then trip over the tent and it kind of collapses.
I start propping it back up. And then I start getting back into my. I'm working on crafting on a specific ring, and I'm drawing out designs for my pipe that I talked about earlier.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm drawing out like the ring that I want to have it sit in with a plate that holds tobacco, and then I'm thinking of another ring that holds like a wrist pocket spell, and then I'm thinking of my newfound prestidigitation cantrip with like a bubbler feature on the stock of the pipe, and there's like prestidigitation runes on the interior like lining that will cost prestidigitation on the water that cools the smoke. And so there's going to be like a handful of enchantments that I'll be working on for the next few weeks and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
In the dawn, after, do any of you have things you want to do in the evening?
After my weird conversation with Quinn, I just kind of moodily walk around the tents for a bit. I start to feel a bit nostalgic, and
you're gonna see Quinn like pop out and then immediately pop out.
The mood kind of like lifts, and I see like the group of Astani, and I like feel a pull to go over to them, but I'm also still kind of in like a weird like funk. So instead, I'll just go to my tent and I'll sit in my bed and pull out the little photo that I keep in my top and look at it for a while until I fall asleep.
Yeah. And there's a mix of emotions. I mean, there's also a sadness, but then there's a reminiscence of a time, that sweet spot.
Yeah.
After the weirdness of where you found yourself living, and before you set out on your adventure. Yeah. So you spend a bit of time, and Lethe, when you make your way back into the tent, you find Ian asleep, and she's sort of like grasping something on her chest quite a bit, is fast asleep.
And just kind of pull the blanket up, like. curls up in a corner, goes back to sleep. But Lethe wakes up at dawn, pre-dawn, and kind of shuffles her way out of the tents as quietly as she can, given her relative size.
Yeah.
Kind of walks a little bit out and plonks herself down on a rock or something, and waits for the sun to rise, because meditation has suddenly become very important.
Mm-hmm. Could you make a wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw. All right. Hang on.
I'm probably going to follow you and try and copy
Was 16. Yeah, 16. 17.
Okay. Yeah, so as you try and sort of like close your eyes and you try to sort of clear the thoughts from your head and just focus on the sounds around you, you find that your heart starts to raise and you can hear sort of things spoken to you from very recently that have been quite alarming, being called a harbinger of death and sort of the chaos during that fight, and you can feel it creeping and you're able to push it to one side for a bit, but it does take a considerable effort. And then once you find that space, you do get to spend about an hour or so sort of just absent-minded and just pushing all that to the back of your subconscious. And then Faye, you find Lethe sitting up on a rock, sort of facing towards the dawn, eyes closed, in deep thought.
She'll stir when Faye approaches.
Are you asleep?
I'm awake. I'm just meditating, focusing, clearing my thoughts. You're welcome to join me. Pull up a piece of rock. Kind of shuffles over it, but
Move a large piece of rock.
It is so loud.
Yeah, I was like, I can't remember the movie where someone like draws like a chair or something like that across
Yeah.
the
Smith and the table with Men in Black.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
You can all roll up if you want.
Sit down and kind of look at how she's sitting and try and match it.
she's just sitting kind of cross-legged, as comfortably as she can. And are you all right? You wanting to join me in meditation?
I don't know. You seem to be able to, well, be very focused and...
Meditation, we call that meditation. Have you done any of it before?
I have no idea.
Okay. Okay, so
I've sat still before, that's what you mean.
not
Waiting for
quite. Not quite. So for me, meditation is a process by which I can calm my thoughts, create a sense of order in my head. And for me, it's also where I get in touch with my magic and my core. If you haven't done it before, I'm going to start with grounding. And I'm kind of, do you have kind of dirt on either? I presume you would, considering you literally just raked up a rock. Just dig your hands into the dirt a bit, maybe wrist deep or so, and just close your eyes and think about how it feels. Is it cold? Is it damp? What's the texture like? Focus on the physical. How does the rock feel beneath your legs? What does the morning sun feel like on your face? Is it warm? Is it inviting? Is it too bright? Just close your eyes and start with what you can feel on your hands.
I shove my hands into the earth. And then
Two small craters.
Yeah. And then close my eyes and sit for a while, and then I don't feel anything.
You don't feel the gritty texture of the dirt between your fingers? You don't?
Oh, I feel the earth, but it's earth. It doesn't feel.
It feels different to the texture of a rock. It feels different
Yeah.
to the texture of bark. It's very distinct. Everything has a distinct touch. Is the rock cold, or is it warming up because you're sitting on it?
I have no idea.
Focus on your senses. You know when you do that thing where you can smell really good?
Yes.
You're doing that, but with touch. It's the
Okay.
same process, but what you're touching, not what you're smelling.
Can I get you to make a wisdom saving throw?
Saving throw.
Yeah.
The vampire jumps out.
13.
13?
Yeah.
So as you're sort of trying to feel around, you're feeling, and the more you start to feel sort of the ground, you're sort of like getting into it, and you stop for a second, because you just realised that for just a couple seconds at least, it was just you and the earth. That was it. You forgot that Lethe was there, or you were in Krez for a second there. And then just after that happens, you hear a voice say, "That's it, dear. You're getting it."
Right.
And you hear this.
Who? Was that me?
No, I don't know how to explain that, so I'm not going to.
You don't have to. That's cool. No stress. How'd you feel?
Better, I guess. I didn't think so much. That's good.
That's good. That's a start. That's where we want to get. That's where we want to get. It's a start.
Okay.
It's a good start too. Not many can get it that quickly. It took me months, and it pissed my mentor off so much. He got I have never been whacked with a stick so many times in a row.
Do I have to be whacked with a stick? while I do
No,
this?
no, I'm not going to whack you with a stick.
Oh. Do I have to leave my hands in here now?
No, you can take your hands out of the dirt.
Wipe some on
Smear
your
it
face.
on your face.
Yeah.
Can we maybe not do the earth thing again? I've not had good experiences with
Yeah,
earth in general.
we can.
With that.
I find my magic comes from the earth, so I find that most comforting. What? Find the thing you find most comforting, except not killing people. The thing that you find most comforting that isn't killing people, and start there. If you have questions, you can ask.
I imagine it was like, find something that makes you feel comfortable when you're about to say something that isn't killing people.
Stumper.
Naming
What about torturing people?
Yeah. Okay, so months it is. Okay.
No, you're getting it. You're getting it. It's a good place to start. You've made good start, good headway.
Okay.
Don't feel discouraged just because it's not perfect the first time around.
Okay. And you do this every morning?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I've been doing this, bear in mind, I've been doing this every morning since I was really little. Really little.
I just assumed you were always tall.
I mean, yeah.
Do you get taller? Is that what you're saying?
Is this an ongoing process? Or?
Well, yes. I haven't always been this tall, but since I was young, very young, much younger than I am now.
I don't remember when I was young, so. But it's nice to hear about other people being young.
Yeah. My young life was. It happened. But this is important for me because I don't want to lose control.
If you teach me how to meditate, I will kill a person for you.
You don't need to kill anyone.
Do meditation.
I'll help.
That's a treat.
You don't need to kill anyone unless they're trying to murder me. And usually in that kind of situation, we're all kind of trying to murder the people who are trying to murder us anyway.
That's
so
kind of a given, that one. But, okay, the office there, if you do want,
thank you.
I would kill someone. Maybe not anyone in the group.
Yeah, I don't want to kill anyone in the group yet.
Okay. No.
Music was stupendous for that. It was just like
well,
it was really good.
Cool. So yeah, with that being done, you all sort of stir at roughly the same time and reconvene just outside of the tents.
I do my thing.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can just have conversations while I pray awkwardly in the background.
Everyone maintains the plus 10 HP and the... So what's the plus? Plus 10 HP?
Plus
10
Then temporary and the max?
Max,
and you need to use
then
a spell for that.
I'm going to go over and cast. Yeah.
Okay.
I got my whole routine down.
Nice.
Which leaves me with, and I also cast Mage Armor on you.
Okay.
Escobar.
Okay, so we
Maybe hold off on Mage Armor just for now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for now. I mean, we'll say that the moment you feel like there might be some danger, you'll cast it.
Yeah, and I can twin spell it without having to touch him because. Or is that allowed?
Range of touch. What's the?
Because technically, I can only cast spells through him with range of touch.
Yeah, that's right.
So if I twin spell and he's far away, do I cast
just
it
like
on myself and him?
yeah,
Or do I have to
just
touch
get him to land on you.
Hey.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can even
Cool. Right, yeah. So you're all.
the temp stuff that we got yesterday, if we don't use that, does that stay with us?
It
or
does
It does not.
It's got a little long rest. Yeah.
But now you got some more.
Yeah,
The
so
other
it's the
thing
same
that
as before, right?
happens,
Plus 10 max, plus 10 temp.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
The other thing that happens this morning is
Oh,
that
yeah.
Katon gets his
Oh.
wish.
Actually, as you're all waking up, Katan, you awake, and just before you open your eyes, you can hear there's birds chirping. There's a string quartet in the background somewhere. Oddly enough.
On Vivaldi's string.
Yeah, that's right. And you wake up feeling something on your chest.
It's a pearl necklace.
Yeah.
It's a granddaughter's phone number.
yeah. Right. It's heavy because you know that shit's going to be around for a while. Yeah. But no,
It's attached to a key.
Fiend's taking a shit.
Yeah. You wake up and there is
Just
feel
like
something
that.
on your chest, and as you open your eyes, you see what looks like a doll.
Is it the same doll?
It's the same doll. And sat there, and it seems to speak. It's like the same way that you've got like dolls. You press their belly, and they say stuff. This doll looks at you and keeps repeating the same thing over and over again. It's, what have I done? What have I done? What? And you see its head sort of roll off, and blood starts to pour out of this thing. And then as you go to grab it or punch it or throw it,
Throw it on the floor, yeah.
you wake up. And you're next to him.
No,
Not
it
next
was-
next to him. Either you two are sharing it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yeah.
It loves
Yeah.
around.
And Faye, just as you come back into the tent from your meditation, you see Catan sort of looking quite confused and sat up and sort of looking around and breathing a bit heavy.
You okay?
Maybe. I had a weird dream. You know that creepy doll that I mentioned?
Yes.
Had a dream about that.
Okay. I'm assuming there's no one around when I look around.
There's my doll with multiple heads, but
That's a normal doll. So.
Yeah.
it wasn't my.
You do go
wasn't-
checking the doll with multiple heads is in this last place that you left it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
What happened?
it was that creepy doll that just appeared, and was like supposed to talk to me, that Quintus and I burned. Back in the place.
Barovia.
Yeah, that one. Thanks, Leafy.
Sorry.
Leafy would know this.
Oh, it's Barovia. Yeah.
I'm assuming that's weird.
Yeah,
Somewhere?
I'm gonna go
You
complain
look
to Quintus.
freaked, to be honest.
Okay, complain.
I want my money back.
You didn't give me any money. You haven't given me a single goddamn. Sorry, I'm not here.
I think the more important thing is though, as I exit the tent, Caetan's greatest wish in this life is standing outside. It's a pony.
Is it?
Yeah. I'm gonna mark off that second level spell slot.
Nice. Wish fulfillment.
Hey, Faye.
Yes.
I need help naming my new pony.
Where did you get a pony?
I wished really hard for a
I'm
pony.
going to hear this conversation and Quintus is going to fly out of this tent because I've been writing my journal for the last 3 hours. And various journals.
It's coming.
And I'll be like, just in horror. Did you buy that pony?
No?
We found him.
Did you steal that pony?
No, I wished for the pony and it arrived.
I'm going to get out one of my journals.
As in you bought it from Wish. Is that what they call that verb now? I wished.
I wished for it. I wished
And
for
it
it when I
arrived
was a
3
wish
months
child.
later.
But I guess
I was
And
gonna-
smaller than I was expecting.
Can
sorry,
Leafy
but you
just
can't-
appear?
Yeah, Yin and Leaf
Pony?
walk out of the yeah.
Wish, sorry.
What was it?
everyone, we have a new pony.
You can't cast a simple
my
light cantrip,
No, I
but you
can't.
wished for a horse and it appeared.
No, it's a pony.
A pony, sorry.
I wouldn't be able to ride a horse. I'm too small.
My
Makes
horse.
sense.
This is fascinating.
Oh, also, I had a dream about that creepy doll. You
What?
burnt that.
Creepy. That was creepy dog. What happened in the dream?
Oh, hang on. What should I name the horse?
Horse.
I can ask
Creepy
it.
doll.
I don't think you should have a horse.
I can ask it what its name is.
Oh, sure. That's fine.
So while you're having a conversation, again, Leafy fiddles with a very shiny thing in her hair and kind of crouches down in front of the horse and, what's your name?
I don't know. I only existed half an hour ago.
She'll kind of,
What's his name?
she'll ask. She's just going to kind of winking at. She's just going to wink at it and go. I'm going to tell him your name is Stormageddon. His name is the horse's male.
Oh, do you want to check?
There's no genitalia. It's just
Okay.
a-
Their name is
It's
Stormageddon.
gonna die real quick.
Just a perfectly normal
Just
horse.
like saying.
Storm
There's no genitalia.
I
Might
like
be able
it.
to.
Storm again, the pony.
Still we get in the pony?
Yes.
Normal name for horses? Is that?
Hey, none of this is normal. None of what is happening right now is normal.
What do you
telling
mean?
me
I
the
don't
boy
know
wished for a
where.
horse and he got it.
Motherfucker.
To be fair, I don't know. I haven't seen where horses come from. So This might
They
Were
don't
horses
have
are a totally
linear.
different story.
This one's a celestial. It came from heaven.
Hey kid, if you can wish for a
And-
horse,
Just after you finish saying that, droppings start immediately appearing behind it. Tail goes.
can you
Tell
wish
us your
for
horse.
Sturridge to be skinned
Clean
alive?
that up.
You've got responsibilities
Clean
now.
up your pony's poop.
Beast of Black
Should've
dead.
got the undead one.
Stormageddon. The
Hold on.
next
I'll
time
swing
you
him.
poop, can you go
Quinn.
into
Not you.
this, please?
No.
It's his child.
Quinn, if he can wish for a horse and it happens, what else could he wish for? Could he wish for Sturridge? Could we get him like that?
No, I think this is simpler than that.
That's,
I'm unassuming to its nature until I understand what's completely happened. But I don't think so.
teleporting's pretty basic, isn't it? One thing from one place to another.
Sorry, what are you wanting him to do? Wish for what, sorry?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm like teleport what's his face here? Stride.
Nope.
Or teleport Stride to us at some point when we're ready for him.
I wish that this boy had that almighty power, but I don't know what is exactly happening. I'll get back to you on that. I promise. Because I'm so curious.
I just
This is why
gave
I gave
Keitan
up
the
on
wish
it.
spell. He just casts
Now,
it.
Keitan.
Proficiency
Yeah.
bonus times a day.
You name the horse, back to your nightmare. What happened with the doll?
Oh, the doll
Bonus times a
appeared on my chest and it said, "What have I done? What have I done?" And then its head did a full twisty thing and it said it again and then it fell off and there was a lot of blood. And I woke up. It was weird.
Okay. Nothing else in the dream?
No. And then I wished for a Stormageddon.
Have you had any other dreams like this about the doll before?
No, but there was the thing where I went into the mist that one time.
Oh, that's right. We never talked. Tell me about that.
Oh, shit, that was a while ago. Yeah, I went in. He was like, "You got to tell me your greatest fear, and then I'll let Faye." Was you right?
No,
that you were in
it
there?
was
Basal, yeah.
Basal.
Then I'll let Basal live.
Oh,
And so I told him, and then I gapped it.
What
And-
was your fear?
Oh, it was losing you guys. You're like a weird family, I guess. You know,
That's actually really sweet.
I'm a sweet
Weirdest
boy.
family ever.
Perfectly normal game.
Yeah.
So, did you see this doll at any other time?
No, the last time I saw it was when we burnt it.
Let me know if you have any more nightmares like this, okay? Hopefully it's just a bad dream, buddy.
Mm.
Like, this place is weird. The doll wasn't back. Okay.
No.
Then don't even worry about it.
My doll's still in the pack, though.
Maybe we can come up with like a coping mechanism for those kinds of nightmares. Something you can tell yourself to be like, to pull yourself out of the attachment to the dream and find out what's bothering you about. Like, what is the doll?
That sounds like we'll
represent?
be
Yeah.
sitting in silence quite a lot. Do you
Fishing.
Oh yeah, gotcha. Yep, can do. We can do that. Yep. Should we go interrogate that dude now? After breakfast.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Earlier in the evening when you were like, was there anything else you guys wanted to practice? I was going to maybe go see Quinn and talk to him about the shadow stuff and see if he can help me
Yeah.
figure it out a little bit more.
Yep.
Since you were so intrigued about it when I first told you
I
about
just
it.
need to keep copies of the writings before you don't burn them. Please. But yeah, I can.
I bet
bet.
that writing will be there when we go back, and it'll be easiest to pick up.
Yep.
It's to everyone else, it looks like jumble.
Yeah, but no, I'd love to go that way. It sounds fun.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Another journal comes out of my bag.
Yeah. Journal number 25.
Statue of Infinite Journal.
Yeah.
How many times could I kind of practice it with using rogue hit die before to get all that back during a long rest?
Well, you'll get them all back during the long rest.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So before expend as many hit dice as you can, and so what you find during that time is Skiff kind of explains how it works. So we kind of, well, how would you explain it in terms of how would Skiff explain it in terms of how it works?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like taking kind of a piece of me and recreating, using it, breaking it up and then bringing it back together to recreate another image of me. Yeah, because every time I make them, it hurts. Like that's the main problem with it. It hurts, but you know, and at the moment I can only make one at a time.
Can I make an Arcana check? I would like to determine. I would like it to. I have a theory of where we are, or perhaps how close to a place we might be, that helps explain why the origin of his people is so closely tied to shadow arts and magic. Or like that's what I see. I don't know. Like
Maybe a history check.
History check. Okay.
Yeah, history check would be because you're trying to find an example or something to latch on to. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other thing that's annoying is that I can only make them with swords. I would much prefer to have them with bow and arrow.
23. I should start
23?
guidancing myself.
Yeah. 23. Yeah. I mean, you're trying to place them, and like you're trying to go through catalogs of who are people that tend to lean more towards that school of magic, or is there an area that seems to fit in with that? And you're trying to
Illusion-based
make.
magic.
Well, that's the thing, is that as he's showing it to you, like these are tangible things. They're not illusions. And so to make an illusion a tangible thing is a very high level illusion.
Well, it requires shadow magic.
Yeah. So it's more like taking something that has a form of tangibility and shaping it into the form that he wants.
The thing that Quintus is kind of wondering is the reason that these techniques are to pull that shadow magic close requires you to, what is the god's name? It requires you to borrow magic. I think it might be the Raven Queen, and like that is what hexblades are from. Is they're actually formed from Shadowfell itself.
Yeah.
And illusion magic created with shadow magic are formed like Shadow Blade, for instance. That's why it does so much damage, is because it is so tangibly tied with shadow magic.
Yeah, and you're latching on to that.
Yeah, and so I'm like,
So in terms of origin, you're having trouble placing it, but you are trying to make a connection. And you're saying, yeah, this seems to be some kind of shadow magic, but how and why this is some writing that happened to be from his organization
exactly.
is a bit puzzling.
Yeah, like where's the crossover? Where's the connection point?
Yeah. And
Okay.
for your benefit, this isn't something that you've heard of. Like, you've been with the Gruul for a while, and this isn't something that you've been made aware of. Whether it's a secret that's been kept out of your reach for now, you're not sure. But
Can you demonstrate it to me real quick?
Sure. And kind of shadows come out of the armor, and that then starts content.
And then I will cast Detect Magic. I will concentrate on that, and if I can, I will cast Identify on his shadow thing. Just try and gain like a true sense of what, like how this magic.
Yeah, I mean, it seems to be, it's not.
And try and break it down for him as well.
It's not a normal school as far as the spell's concerned. It seems to be borrowing from lots of different concepts in schools.
Yeah, I say I can determine where the shadow form turns up.
And while you're doing this, you do find that after that fight with Kane Durst, you did observe some stuff that he was doing. And you're able to, when a shadow's expended, you're able to temporarily create a smoke cloud for a little bit. Doesn't last very long, but could be something that's useful
Yeah.
later down the line. There was also something that he did as well, which you observed, which you're having trouble with. You wouldn't even know where to begin.
Making more than one at a time.
Well, it's more along the lines of how they seemed to switch places.
Ah, yeah.
So, being able to switch place with something is something that you wouldn't even know where to begin for that. But that's something that you did observe, that you were thinking, well, if he could do it, surely I could do it as well. Yeah.
So the next time you get a scroll like this, please hold on to it. I can at least help to analyze the writing. I can start to help gain more of a history on where these are coming from and give you clues on where you could possibly find more.
Yeah. I could understand the writing fine enough. We just had to translate it. Or decode it.
So do you have any of the writings with you now?
No.
Yeah. I need to see them in the future. It might help you.
Like I said, they'll be there when we get back. If not, they'll be in the right hand.
Sweet, so fast forward. So, yeah, you're all... Keitan now has a pony. You've,
God damn it!
you've checked out some shadow magic. What would you like to do now?
We're gonna
Oh, we need to talk to what's his
We
prisoner.
need to go
Interrogate Ned.
Hammers.
Yep.
And we need to talk to the blokey dude, the guard person about the...
Jonathan, actually.
Yeah.
Captain Vic?
Yeah.
Yep.
But we also need to talk to the... I'm not taking notes, and my brain is just not
Ned
with
Hammers?
me today.
The double guy?
Not the doppelganger, about what's inside the abbey. If we can gauge whether or not there's an amber door.
The abbey. Or someone in the abbey.
Or if we get access to
Yeah, I think
Kresk, then we might be able to.
I think the only things we could really do outside right now are talk to Ned.
We were not allowed in the secret.
Were the Vistani around?
Yep, the Faye was able to, and I can't remember your name, just... Yen.
Yeah.
Oh my
So what
god.
to say?
Sorry,
That's
it's
a blank,
infectious.
man, like, the hell?
Hey, you know what,
So
guys?
sorry, my dumb is infectious today.
I have a suggestion. In 10 more minutes, it's 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Let's cut this one here, and we'll come back with our next one, having decided what we're doing today.
Good
Hey.
Yay!
It's a good
Skip
spot
saves
for a
the
break.
day.
idea.
Sweet.
The technical controller. See you
Nice.
next time.
See you next time.
Bye.